Anyways, so yeah, working on the YouTube, guys. Promise. Hey, looks like maybe I have something going on. Yay! Yeah, there it is. So, if you're on YouTube, and I love that people are here already, make sure you say hi, thumbs up, all that stuff. And if you can't see me in the chat rooms because, life, and yeah, yeah, just send me an email, wildpaisley@gmail.com. That's WILDEPAISLEY@gmail.com. And, it's cold here in North Idaho. Hey, Sonia, long time no hear. Hope everything's going well. Let's see. If you want to support the show, you can do that by going to etsy.com/shop/Monarch Mountain Studio with MTN for mountain. Or you can go to patreon.com/TheSpacesBetween. You can also do the hashtag, that is $TheSpacesBetween, all one word. And then let's see, go to ialife.com. That's www.ialife.com. ialife is the official sponsor for Truth Frequency Radio. And it's just some really good stuff where we all need the really good stuff right now. And the call line is open. That is 213-233-3998. Or if you're across the pond in the UK, it is 44203-393-2871. And yes, Bomber is off being adventurous with the new moon. Doing new moon ceremony. Awesome. Yeah, it's a really great time to be doing or setting your intentions and getting the good stuff flowing for the coming month. Because, I gotta tell you, during the holiday season here in the U.S., that's Thanksgiving and Christmas through Valentine's Day, where, the big family events and all that stuff. The potential for depression and frustration and anxiety is on the increase in a normal year. Thanks, drama. I didn't even touch you. I still got cat hair in my mouth. But yeah, even in a good year, it's stressful. 2020 has been such an adventure that, there's more stress in the world. So, take a deep cleansing breath, hold on to your seats, because, there's stuff going on. And, do whatever it is you can do to, keep the anxiety down. I'm going to talk a little bit about, keeping your energies up. Let's see, there's got a couple different articles from Patreon that I wanted to go over. One is Curative Magic, Working Magic for Self-Esteem, and the other one is Survival and Art, a Witch's Toolkit During Quarantine. Because you know what? Yes. It's important. As we are, dealing with, things being shut down and everything, how to compensate, making sure we have witchy tools that we need to do the things. Like, for instance, right now, it's, intention setting for the new year. So what else can we do? So, yes. And the quarantines, that's an adventure all by itself. So, if I'm not too punchy as the night goes on, I'll do my darndest. Today was my first day back to work, or full day, after having my toe done. And wow, I know the toe bone is connected to the foot bone and all that jazz. But you really kind of forget that when, it's out of sight, out of mind, I guess. But not being able to just take a normal walking step is exhausting after a while. So, yeah. Very, very, very exhausting. And, if Mr. Aether Archives is listening, I could use a hot cocoa guy when you show up in the studio because it's cold down here. We had about 20 inches of snow yesterday-ish, and into last night it had some freezing rain, so that was fun. And then today it was actually a pretty okay day, but they're saying another 10 inches of snow, so but yeah. Ooh, hot cocoa with a shot of Fireball. I'll take it. Sign me up. Oh, goodness. I think, not that I... Hey, stop. Sorry. Cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. Mm-hmm. All right, so first off, let's talk about the, I don't know, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Curative Magic. Let's do that one. So this article is by Rachel Patterson. Rachel has a lot of really good information on the Pathos website, if you ever have a chance to check it out. No. Anyways, so there's several different ways we can work through boosting our self-esteem. And sometimes those ways are, it's like, oh yeah, I knew that, like affirmations, daily affirmations. But some of them are a little harder to remember because they're like derp. I know that. So one of those ways, honestly, is to just write the positive affirmations that you want to keep firmly in your brain on your bathroom mirror, or the microwave door, or the refrigerator door. A lot of refrigerators can double as whiteboards. Did you know that? Just use a whiteboard marker. If you don't know what to work on or what it is you need for an affirmation, it's where your stress is. Are you stressed about your weight or your mood or your work situation, or what is it? Those things that are stressing you out and causing you some anxiety, those are the things that you want to write the positive affirmations for. And I could give you a list of them, but that's where you have to do your own homework, kids. And that's just go to your social media platform or even Google or search engine of choice and look for positive affirmations. There's a lot of websites out there with information or, positive quotes or just things like, hey, I am going to like myself today. Sometimes that's really what you need. Hey, Louis, ginger, my dear, and fluids, ginger ale, not fizzy ginger ale, like flat ginger ale. I'm sorry, you're feeling icky. So just what is it that you need to keep in mind, to keep you in a good headspace from one day to the next? Keep that self-esteem up, because life is just easier if we're thinking positively about ourselves and about what we're doing, whatever it is. Because when you have low self-esteem, often that opens the gateway to guilt. Like, I don't like the way I look, so I'm not going to buy that new dress or those new clothes, or I laugh funny, so I'm not going to laugh and smile, or I don't like my teeth. That's one that people all over the world have a problem with. People don't like their smile for whatever reason, whether it's teeth or just the shape of their face or whatever it is. I don't know. Smiles look great on everybody, period. But sometimes we just are very self-conscious about our physical appearance. And so and maybe your affirmation you need to write in the mirror is, I'm okay with me. And sometimes, being okay with yourself is a huge win. It not necessarily meaning you love the way you look or love who you are. Just being okay with who you are is a big accomplishment. Um, and if all these different things can lead to a desire to withdraw from the people around you, your family, your friends, your loved ones, your coworkers, and just not express yourself. Like if you doubt your ability to get your job done sometimes, it causes you to not answer or be as interactive in office meetings or work meetings or taking on new projects. And that self-doubt, though, is huge. And it makes you question whether you're worthy for whatever you've got going on in your world. And you know what? You are worthy just as you are. You don't have to change anything about you to be worthy of, being happy and celebrating yourself. So, unfortunately, though, we have those problems. So, what do? Well, one way, if outside of the positive affirmations and writing them out and having them around and speaking them to yourself, speak the truths to yourself. Remember, the words you say to yourself are two-dimensional. There's no emotion, there's no energy, there's no inflection. So what you say is exactly what you hear. There's no laughter, there's no amusement or anything like that. So keep that in mind as you're doing the affirmations. And if you need a little bit of extra help, do a witch bottle. Witch bottles are absolutely fine. They're not overly witchy. You just want to make sure, do some research. What is a witch bottle? I'm sure someone's going to ask. And that's absolutely fine. I don't see Titan asking questions yet. But a witch bottle is basically a magical device that witches commonly used, where they put herbs or crystals or stones and whatever else was necessary into a little jar, put a cap on it, sealed it up with some wax, and often used in a way of protecting the property or the home. And so it was buried in the ground near the front door, that kind of a thing. Nowadays, there's witch bottles for prosperity and health and wealth and love and all those different things. There's witch bottles everywhere. But as we're talking about boosting self-esteem and keeping your self-esteem solid in times of frustration, some things that you might want to put into a witch bottle, some herbs, herbs. Sorry, cold. Agrimony is the first one, so yes, it is an herb. And it is something that can be used in witch bottles. You can take it internally, but in this particular instance, we're putting it in a jar rather than ingesting. But generally, agrimony is good for like stomach problems, digestive issues, that kind of thing. Let's see. Of course, I click on the thing and it doesn't give me the information. Because, yeah. Hi, Nightshade. How you doing? Yes. Agrimony. It's a dried herb. It's good for protection sachets and just banishing those negative energies and spirits. So if you have like you're worried about ghosts and whatnots, or that negative energy that's floating around, keep it out, you're gonna agrimony in a witch jar. It would be something to put under your bed or under your pillow, maybe in a sachet instead of a jar. Let's see, you can also use I think you can do an oil too, or a tincture, but again, you're not going to want to necessarily have that too in a place where it can be eaten, because you don't want to get sick from it. That would be bad. The next one on my little list here is Alexander's. Oh, of course. And that is just another herbal thing. I can't find the translation into something else, of course. So skip the Alexanders. We're going to move on to the next one, Betony. And that's Betony. I do know these things, honest, I promise. A betony is another dried herb. It's good for purification and protection, so maybe put that in your jar, just not just for keeping your self-esteem up, but also for the protection, keeping back the evilness and the negativity. Carnation is another one. Carnations are just pretty. I don't know about y'all, but carnations make me smile, honestly, and I just appreciate them. So for me, not necessarily the necessarily the herbal or the pagan correspondence, but just sometimes you just need something that's going to make you smile and feel good, and it's because when you feel good because you see something, it helps you hold that information or hold that same message within yourself. Carnation is good for personal courage. So yeah, if you're dealing with some stuff that you're having a hard time facing, maybe having that carnation's good for you. Let's see. Before I say this one, I want to make sure I've got it pronounced right. It never fails. You go through a list of anything, and within the first third of the list, there's something that is probably in the Latin name rather than the English translation. So the next one is celandine, and so celandine is good for natural power. It's good for action. We need sometimes all the action we can possibly do. So if you're having a hard time, making that next step to do the thing that you need to do, have some carnation in your world and some celandine. The next one on my little list is columbine. Hey, Jessica. Columbine. Love columbine. It's just another one of those pretty plants for me that I think. And again, the things that you can appreciate or that you see that you can appreciate will help you. Try to figure out, how to be more assertive. So, columbine, let's see, it's a plant that's associated with love, and it's another one of those plants that will help bring you courage. And this is something you could add the flowers or the seeds to your bath water to help with, if you need a little bit of clarity in a situation. So say you have a decision that you need to come to find a resolution for, whatever it is, and you're not sure quite what you want to achieve or quite what the right answer is. Columbine would be something to put in the water to help figure things out and help be, make sure you've got the right answer. Hello, Miss D. I heard we had the same answers for grounding last night. Let's see. Another one is hyacinth. And this one, for me, hyacinth is another one of those plants that is just really pleasing because I think it's just pretty. And yes, drama saying hi, guys. And of course, it gives me all sorts of. It's another one of those love flowers. So again, trying to be in touch with yourself, loving yourself. Hyacinth is another one. Rose is kind of the same way. Most people see roses as, love of significant other. But often what's even more important is love of self. Because if we don't remember to love ourselves, it's really, really hard to allow others to love us. So yes, the different colors of roses do have different meanings. But let's see. Where is my thing? There it is. That's funny. Apparently I have the wrong link. Instead of Rose, I got Guns N' Roses. It's not that kind of party, guys. But yeah, love of self, love of others, both. Yarrow. Yarrow's another really awesome herb to just have in general in your household. Another one of those things you should have in your herbal toolkit. And yarrow is good for, hold it please, there it is. Love, exorcism, helps enhance your psychic powers and strengthen your courage. And if you're trying to bring love or attract friends, or if you need courage for accomplishing a thing, yeah, put it in a sachet. You could, yarrow is actually one of those you can drink in a tea. But yeah, it helps get rid of negativity as well. So just another one of those plants to have around. Yes, a jar of yarrow. Love the yarrow. And there's different things, you can have to eat in addition to having magical correspondences. So a lot of times we're like, oh, hey, how do I start off being a kitchen witch? Well, have you ever just looked into your cupboards? Because a lot of the seasonings and herbs that you have magical correspondences as well, not just things that are good to eat. Yes, sage. Sage. Love sage. Sage is something you should all have. Just to have on hand. Not just to cook with, but for cleansing. Because they are doing studies now where sage, when burned, is not good for just cleansing the energetic side of it. That's the esoteric. But also for cleansing your environment of a lot of those microbials that you don't want in your world. Not a doctor, don't play one on TV, so do your own research. But yeah, the smoke from burning sage will take the icky germs out of your air and just cleanse your space. So yes, you really do need you really do need a lot of sage in your world. And just like that, by golly, it is first break time. I swear this first half hour just goes zoom right on by. So we're going to go to break, and when we come back, I'm going to talk about some herbs that you can ingest, or just things you can ingest, and have magical correspondences, and we'll just go from there and talk about keeping the positive self-esteem going, and then we'll talk about the surviving witchy toolkits with the quarantine. So we'll see you in a few.
As we will, so mote it be this now forever done.
Songs
Hello, my lovelies. This is Paisley Wild, and we are off adventuring into the spaces between. I've got hot cocoa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's funny. Don walks into the studio, brings me hot cocoa. He's eating ice cream. Two totally different polar opposites there. Yeah. Let's see. Lavender rosemary. That smells good. I would like that smell. So we are talking about things to keep the self-esteem up and the energy up, because here in the northern hemisphere, as the sun goes down and forgets to come up when it's supposed to, people start dealing with some depression and anxiety and all that stuff. So hey, what are we doing to try to fight with that? So I talked about some different herbs that you could put in herb jars, that kind of a thing. Those witchy ingredients. And, for those of you who do kitchen witchcraft type stuff, there's a lot of stuff in your cupboard that are just very, very witchy ingredients. First one, basil. Basil's good. Basil's my dog. He's very cuddling. But basil is another one of those really good herbs to have. And I will tell you correspondence here. You'd think I'd have all this stuff up before. I just got really excited about the
cocoa.
The hot cocoa, yes. So basil's good for peace and happiness, and just, again, protecting your home from evil and driving away evil stuff. It's, a lot of these herbs do have some sort of connection to dealing with the evil. And people forget that evil is not just, the what we know to be evil or what society teaches as evil, but also just hold on. Apparently I can't hang on to the hot cocoa and type at the same time. And Drama's not helping. She's not very good with the opposable thumbs. But yeah, keeping track of the negativity is often as much of an evil thing as anything else. So black pepper is quite spicy. Actually, black pepper is very much an anti-inflammatory as well, in case you did not know that. So with black pepper, it's very good for comfort when it comes to a spiritual property, and endurance, flexibility, stamina. Fearlessness is the biggest one. Again, those things that are causing you anxiety and stress are often the things that give us a little bit of fear. Nightshade, you are so funny. There are times when I wish that I had an extra arm or two, and other times, But black pepper, there's also an essential oil for that. And so with the essential oils, just be cautious of how much you're using. But yes, very, very good. Black tea is the next one on my list. And it's very astringent. So if you've got some inflammation, often a black tea compress is good for you. Tea is just good. So tea, there's a whole different subcategory when it comes to tea. But black tea is often, again, just the anti-inflammatory and excellent. Bomber says, I release all that does not serve me. Excellent intention setting for the coming year. Chocolate is next month, or year or two. Chocolate's the next on my list for boosting your self-esteem. I'm not going to go into this one because, you know what? It's chocolate. Chocolate's good for you. It's a food group. Eat the chocolate. Whether it's chocolate ice cream or hot cocoa.
Uh-huh.
It's just good for you. Cinnamon is one of those warm herbs. And cinnamon is...
Cinnamon is not an herb. It is tree bark.
Okay, well, when it comes to...
The only thing I know that eats tree bark is Bigfoot.
Goats.
Okay, and goats.
So cinnamon is one of those abundance, wealth, riches, prosperity type of herbs, because cinnamon in the past has been extraordinarily expensive. And it's because it's something that is not commonly found, at least here in the northern hemisphere. But cinnamon will stimulate the root, sacral, and solar plexus chakras. It's good for inspiring stability and power, nurturing, passion, drive, and new ways of living life to the fullest. Cinnamon is awesome. Did you know? Rather random fact. Cinnamon sticks can be used as wands also because, yes, they are technically from a tree. So, yeah, cinnamon. Cinnamon is just good. Cinnamon sticks. Cloves, yeah, cloves are good. Cloves are another one of those warm herbs. And I picked up the hot cocoa. I don't want to set it down. Drama wants it. Cloves can help dispel negative energy. Have you ever put cloves in a orange or citrus of any kind? Yep, cloves are good. They help with the whole cleansing bit. But yeah, they're good for attracting money, in case you didn't know. Hey, Denali Princess. Yes, you found some people. As an incense, cloves are very good at drawing in the wealth and prosperity and purifying the area in which they are burned. So, yeah, cloves are another one of those things that you probably have in your cupboard that you could use. Coriander, fennel, and those, for me, coriander and...
You don't like coriander.
I don't mind the coriander. It's the cilantro I don't really like necessarily. And those who may not garden very much, coriander and cilantro
are the same thing.
Yeah.
Coriander is just the seed of the cilantro leaf.
Okay, so that's funny. I keep bumping my singing bowl with my coffee cup full of hot cocoa. Hello, Stone Hobbit. Some new names in here. Fennel, that licorice smell. Yes. I don't know. I've got mixed feelings about fennel as an herb. I don't cook with it very much.
Fennel's so good.
It's just kind of an odd flavor, though.
You know what's an odd flavor? Oregano.
Why?
Because I prefer fennel more.
Okay.
I like fennel.
But you don't like black licorice.
What is your point?
I so don't understand.
You're talking about now. You're talking about licorice, not fennel.
Okay. Fennel's good for upset tummies. Hey, Lois, have some fennel. Fennel's also good for inflammation and suppressing your appetite. So if you're trying to lose some weight, fennel's good for you. Fennel's related to carrot, in case you didn't know. But let's see. Interesting side note on fennel. Fennel used to be used as an antidote for snake bites in China.
I believe it. There's a lot of things that have been used for snake bites.
In China. Talk about some people with interesting medicinal behaviors. Okay, hold on. I'm supposed to push the button. All right, pushing the button. Donna's live. Let's see. So, yeah. The Puritans actually used fennel seeds as an appetite suppressant. So, yeah. What are you doing?
I'm putting in my... These are supposed to help with tinnitus.
What are they?
They're Flare Audio. It's called Flare Audio Calmer.
Did you
Yeah.
just shove them into your ears?
Yeah, that's where they go.
Erg. Okay. Yes, regular girl. There is quite a few different kinds of oregano. Ginger is another one of those warm herbs that help warm you up. So if you're feeling cold and chilly, yes, ginger is a good one. Ginger is good for the tummy. Very, very good for the tummy. Pickled ginger, yum. But if you eat ginger before performing a spell, it'll help give a little bit more power to the spell because you're being warmed up by the ginger, especially when it comes to love spells. Ginger is often used in success spells, and if you grow ginger near your home or if you sprinkle dried ginger in your pocket or wallet, it'll draw money to you. That's what I'm doing wrong. I don't have enough dried ginger in my pocket. I just have an acorn.
You have some crystallized ginger right there.
Yeah, but that's not powdered ginger. That's sugary ginger. And it's...
You weren't being specific.
Yeah, I said powdered ginger.
Hey, so I put these things in my ear.
Yeah.
Can you turn them out my headset?
Is this one? Hello?
Yeah, that one.
Testing,
Hey.
testing.
That sounds good.
Okay. Yes, ginger is good for weight loss. Ginger beer, ginger ale, ginger tea. Do the ginger. Yeah, do the ginger. Yes. Lavender is another good one.
Tatiana.
You're silly. So lavender is good for friendship, romance, passion, harmony, and cooperation.
What is that?
Lavender.
Oh, okay.
Real lavender. Not quite as excited about the artificial lavender, but you can put it in your midsummer bonfire as an offering to the deities. In your home, it can bring peace, joy, and healing. Clothes scented with lavender are said to attract love and repel bugs, by the way. Put it in your bath for rituals or in healing incenses and sachets. It's good for protection, sleep, chastity, and happiness. So it's also known as elf leaf and nard.
Nards.
Nard. N-A-R-D. Nard.
Wolfman got nards.
It's not that kind of party. Lou says synthetic lavender makes his nose itch. Yeah. Synthetic lavender.
It ranks right up there with synthetic freaking hippie juice.
Patchouli?
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to go there.
I hate that stuff.
Lemon balm's another good one. This is another one that's really good in your tea. Because, again, it's good for you. Let's see, lemon balm specifically. It's good for anxiety. It calms you down.
Bomber says lavender also sets off the smoke detector.
Burn it with the sage, not by itself. But lemon balm is good for healing, happiness, cleansing, love, and sleep. So a lot of your herbal sleep teas or teas that help you sleep, lemon balm's in there, along with, what's the other one that's really good?
For what?
Sleeping, resting.
Valerian root?
Yeah, that one.
Chamomile?
Chamomile. Yeah, my brain, I'm tired. I gotta tell you, it was a long day at the office today. It was a long 8 hours. Oof. Marjoram is another one that we often find in our closets, in our cupboards. It's one of those herbs that you're like, why do I have this and what does it do? Well, it helps to fight against sadness. So if you're just prone to crying and such, marjoram's a good one. Let's see, Denali Princess, self-heal. Is that an herb? Oh, yes. It's also known as heal-all. So heal-all is Prunella vulgaris. It's an herbaceous plant. It is edible. You can put it in salads. You can eat it whole. You can drink it as a tea. You can do a cold infusion. Heal All is just, well, it's Heal All. Hold on. I can't spell Heal All. You'd think that'd be one that I could just know. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Type in Heal All and I get Pagan Hell.
Pagan hell.
Right?
Is that one or two L's?
2? Yes, drama. So Heal All. It's good for healing of wounds. Very common with Native Americans here in the U.S., with Europeans and across Asia. It's very good for thyroid issues, actually. So if you're... people often forget that even though your thyroid is this little bitty teeny tiny organ in your throat, it produces hormones that are in every single cell in your body. So if you are not experiencing a well-functioning thyroid, maybe some Heal All is a good thing to add. It's also good for inflammation, like arthritis type inflammation. It's anti-inflammatory, and just it's really good for your lymph nodes. Good for allergy support. It's just Heal All. It's one of those things. Heal All. Eat it. Drink it. Enjoy it. What? What is that smirky look on your face?
You said lymph nodes, right?
Yeah, why?
I heard nymph nodes. Apparently things don't ring right in my head.
So, do you still have those weird thingy-majiggers in your ears?
Yes.
Is that what the dealio is, that you can't hear anything?
I may have put them in backwards.
Nymph nodes.
Nymph nodes. Sorry.
Oh, my stars. I don't know. I can't even think. My brain just kind of shut down at nymph nodes. Denali, I don't know if that helped. There's Doreen Shababy with it's
Wild and Weedy.
Wild and Weedy.
Is it in there?
I don't know if that one's in there, but she's got another book coming out, also by Llewellyn Publishers, and she would have some really good information. You can look up Wild and Weedy on social media, and she's got a website, so she can help there too. Floats. I can't even. Dawn's broken.
Never said I was anything else.
Sorry, my brain just shut down. Yes, Julie. Yeah, we bought tomato plants from her last year.
Yeah, well, we bought a lot of plants from her last year.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, they didn't do as well as we wanted to. So rhubarb, not only is it good in strawberry rhubarb pie.
Which reminds me of what Miss Portal's making. Apparently she's making something with raspberries and rose hips, and her rose hips are like, she got rose hips that are this big.
The size of choke cherries? Oh my gosh. So I hate pop-ups. So rhubarb is a fire element type of plant. It's good for your sacral chakra. No wonder you like it. Rhubarb, one of the magical properties is to increase male libido. But if you carry the root, it'll help you protect you from deadly infections just in general.
Like the one I had last week.
Yeah, your eye was like bleeding.
I just pulled the scab off it during the portal. I was rubbing it and went, oh, scab. Jeez.
That was revolting. Yeah. Okay, what? I'm not even looking.
Then stop reading.
Teaspoon, the tablespoon, yeah. So rhubarb is good for cold sores. So it both cures constipation and stops diarrhea.
Nice.
You'd think it'd do one or the other, but it's good for hemorrhoid pain and heartburn. Don't eat the leaves; they're poisonous.
Yeah.
So you don't want those in your pie. And just like many other herbs and homeopathic type remedies, you double check to make sure it's something that you should be ingesting if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, that kind of thing. So just saying. Rosemary is another one of those awesome plants. Yeah, if I remember right, you should have some of that at your front door also.
I can't figure out how somebody thought that rosemary would be good to eat.
Why? Because it resembles a small bush?
Like little pine needles. Hey, here, let's chop this up and put it in spaghetti sauce.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. It was probably on birds first. Stuffed birds. Stuffing.
Oh. Whatever.
Yeah. So rosemary is very cleansing. You can actually burn it on charcoal. You don't have to just cook with it. So yeah, charcoal briquette, just like you would other rosins. You just burn it on the briquette because it's good for banishing that negativity.
No, pine needle tea doesn't even sound good. That was a complete thought.
Apparently Don needs a reset button.
Did you try turning it off and back on again?
Rosemary is good for helping you to sleep. If you put it underneath your pillow, and nightmare prevention. You can also add it to your bath for purification. Healing poppets. So if you are using the dolls poppets, yes, it's good for purification, exorcism, healing, sleep, all of that stuff. So yes. Rosemary is one that you probably do. Thyme, we never have enough time.
Gin tastes like an Xmas tree smells. You're absolutely right.
I actually don't like gin. I just don't.
It does. That's exactly what it smells like. It's exactly what it tastes like. I absolutely agree. I've always thought that. Sorry, that was funny.
I'll take the vodka, thanks. So rosemary is good for healing, sleep, boosting your psychic powers, love, purification, courage. So yeah, as we're dealing with anxiety and stress and stuff, what do we need to do? Well, add some rosemary. Drama, let go of my hand. Thank you. Let's see, what else? Oh, yes, Bob, we got pine sol. I actually like pine sol.
It really does taste like a pine
You're
tree.
totally stuck on that.
I am. Gin sucks. Sorry. I blame Lady D.
Oh, you guys. So, apparently I'm broken tonight because I was barely functioning before the hot cocoa, and Don comes in and starts putting earbuds, shoving them so far into his ear canals that,
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Goodness.
Hi, Elaine. How's it going? Oh, yes. You guys. I love the chat rooms. You guys say so many fun things. Let's see.
So I'm
So-
sorry. Were you at Rosemary or
I just said
Beyond
I
that.
talked about time.
time?
Time, not enough time, but time is good for, yeah, that's the purification courage. I thought it was rosemary, but then I had to pry the cat off my hand. So, don't be afraid. there's so many different things you could do to help yourself love yourself. Give yourself a foot rub. Rub some.
Oh,
You've got 20 seconds.
you
Are you gonna remember it in 3 minutes?
maybe not.
Do I need to write down a note?
Nope,
Is it gonna come back to you?
maybe not.
Okay. Are you sure? Because there was a lot of noise and not a lot of.
Poppets. It's about poppets.
Okay, poppets. I will ask you about poppets. Drama, remember poppets. We'll be right back after break, you guys.
Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath us, soul in flight, songs of love and love of life, guide us to our heart. Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath us, soul in flight, songs of love and love of life, guide us to our heart. Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath us, soul in flight, songs of love and love of life, guide us to our heart. Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath us, soul in flight, songs of love and love of life, guide us to our heart. Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath us, soul in flight, songs of love and love of life, guide us to our heart. Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath us, soul in flight, songs of love and love of life, guide us to our heart. Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath us, soul in flight.
Sorry, a little slow on the uptake. Hey, Sonia. Yay! Yay for Ender. All right, so we're going to chase away the cat now with the singing bowl. Do you want some? She's just mad because there's a pipe cleaner in there. Wow,
What are you doing?
I'm cold. What is Chris Jarvis doing that has been barred from 4 bars?
Oh.
So yes, singing bowl time. Love the singing bowl. Not enough singing bowl in our world. I could play singing bowl all day at work today. It was kind of a wild trip. Because yeah, it is, and crazy, crazy. It was a long day. We never really stopped having people come in the door, but they would come in the door and they'd leave right away, and it felt like we always had like 3 people, always, minimum. Well, so self-esteem. Ring your bell, eh? There, Naysay. All right. So talking about self-esteem and keeping your energies up and all that stuff. So another thing, if you're wanting to do magical type spells, or you just need an extra something in your pocket, some stones are really good. Carnelian is good. Brings a boost of confidence and harmony. Citrine, again, another self-confidence booster, and helps strengthen your own personal power. Fuchsite is a stone of happiness and joy, and allows you to have a positive outlook on. Hold on, there we go. Positive outlook on life in general. Hematite brings clarity and support and helps you ground. Yes, hematite is one of those things you should have more of, kind of like tourmaline. Mangano calcite is a self-love stone. Gives you just a real positive zing of self-worth and acceptance. Moonstone helps reduce your fears and brings you some self-confidence. I think Don just ran into the wall. Don't fall down the stairs. It's cement floor. That would be bad. Let's see. Moss agate. I love moss agate. Works with your heart to open up your confidence. Opal, another favorite stone, transforms your negative energies into positive energies and shines a light on the good traits. Do you know that Idaho is one of the few places in the world where you can get fire opals? Yes. Oh, you want your microphone back on now? Now that you stopped falling down the stairs. Pyrite eases frustration and helps maintain the physical body. Rhodochrosite helps give you a positive boost of self-love and helps you realize your full potential. Cat hair drags everybody down. Let's see. Rhodonite brings balance to the heart and provides a self-confidence boost. Self-confidence and self-esteem are both boosted with rose quartz. Sodalite is good with the thought process, bringing clarity and ability to see what is real. So if you're worried about, are you seeing things? Add some sodalite to your world. And sunstone, it's kind of like taking vitamin D. It'll help you just channel your inner sunshine. So Opal Mine in Idaho is down by Spencer, Idaho. And yeah, beautiful, beautiful fire opals. They're often a blue with all the fire bling in them. So there's all sorts of spells that you can do to help boost your self-esteem. And I'm going to tell you that you can use one on Pinterest. You really can. You can, it's whatever. If you find a spell online, sure, absolutely you can use it. Will have the same benefit and power and strength as one that you write yourself. Not necessarily, but it's I'm telling you to do your research, guys. Yes, black tree. I love scarves. Um, you can also just, I don't know, I guess if you do a spell off of Pinterest, write it down in your journal because you're going to journal this, right? And
Yeah, you need to be able to duplicate it.
yeah, your microphone's still not on.
Yes, write it down because you would need to be able to duplicate it.
Exactly.
Sorry.
So yeah, if you do a ritual of any kind or a spell, write it down and write down what happened. So, and what would you do differently? Or did you have to substitute something because you don't have it? Or maybe you're allergic. So if you're allergic to lavender, don't use lavender in a ritual. Just um, just because something has a magical property does not mean that you should use it if you're allergic to it. There's no reason to give yourself, anaphylactic shock because you want to do a ritual. Find something else that's going to be able to be substituted, and make sure you write down what you substituted it with, and just seriously, use some logic, common sense, that kind of thing. So, but you know, new moon, set your intentions. You know, yeah. Sometimes just setting the intention that you're going to have a more positive viewpoint, or you are going to commit to going to the therapist, or you are going to do the shadow work. All those, setting that intention in the new moon helps you. But you have to remember that you are the instrument here. You have to do the follow through. It just like I mentioned last night on the show, it's like you can do all the things that you want because you want to win the lottery, but if you never buy the lottery ticket, you're not going to win. You sometimes have to do the thing to get the result. Very rarely is someone going to walk up to you and say, "Hey, this is a winning lottery ticket. Yeah, sure, it's worth $30 million, but I don't want it. It's all for you." That doesn't happen in real life. So, yeah. Also, Naysay is right. So Naysay says, if you do a spell, prepare for the repercussions. If it is for your wants and not your needs, be careful of what you wish for. Yeah, absolutely. What is it you're wishing for? What is it you're trying to achieve and accomplish? Is it a want? Is it a need? And remember the law of unintended consequences. Because, you can assume that, if I do X, Y, Z, I'm going to have results 1, 2, 3. But sometimes you forget that 7, 8, 9 out there too.
7, 8, 9. They had a good time.
It's not that kind of party. So just be aware of the unintended consequences. Let's see, the other article that I wanted to go over is a witch's toolkit during quarantine. Because, there's anybody who's tried to buy any kind of quantities of toilet paper in the last 6 months, you know that some things are just in short supply. I bought toilet paper today. Not that we really need it, but because I had the extra dollars, I could buy some. Because I know, just in looking at the shelves, we're going to run out again. It's the most bizarre thing. It's like people have forgotten how it. I don't get it. Just like soap. Soap is not a new concept. People have been using soap for millennia.
Millennia.
Yeah.
Melania?
No, millennia. Pretty much, soap has been out there for a long time. It's not a new concept. And so, yeah, it. Remember, Some of the things that we think are common and that should not be running out of things, just pay attention. You might want to stock up on them. Yeah. Yeah. Millennia. So, what is it that you need to stock up on as a witch? Candles. Candles are good. Kind of like
Spices.
spices. So here's the thing. This is my inner prepper coming out and telling you to sit down, shut up, and listen. And it's because the power goes out, and it's not because the world's coming to an end. It's because a squirrel is stupid and got into the transformer and blew the power, and it's going to take 3 days to get a new transformer in because it's special ordered.
Alvin!
I said squirrel, not chipmunk.
Oh, okay. Not much difference, really.
We all know, as I'm looking at the chat, we all know someone who's driven drunk once or twice. And those people tend to run, it's not snowing, or run into power poles. And power poles will fall down. And the power will go out. There are some things you should just have on hand because crap happens and the power goes out. And it's not because the world is coming to an end. It's not because Trump lost and Biden won or COVID or anything else. Things happen. Matches, candles, food of some sort, toilet paper, soap, twine. Yeah, twine, string, rope, that kind of thing. Have some on hand. Band-Aids. You need Band-Aids. Tylenol, ibuprofen, that kind of thing. You want some of that on hand too. And food, when I say food, it not just extra stuff in the freezer, but also cans of food, things you're actually going to eat, not donate to the food bank in 3 years because, that's been sitting there gathering dust for 3 years and I don't think I'm ever going to eat it. So, no, you need to make sure you've got enough stuff. And don't forget things like salt and pepper and your seasonings and your spices and the extra matches and extra briquettes, that kind of thing. So,
Yeah, it's amazing to me that people don't think about you can bake in a barbecue.
Papa Murphy's gives instructions in the summer on how to bake their pizzas on a barbecue grill.
Yes.
Yum.
If anybody wants to hear my thoughts on what's been happening with YouTube for the last couple of days, don't ask me on air.
YouTube is experiencing
Technical difficulties.
due to
Technical difficulties.
yeah, there's fill in the blank. I know I have extraordinarily smart listeners, so y'all just fill in the blank. Have extra water purification, and it doesn't have to be like, chlorine tablets or anything like that. Get a couple life straws, honestly, or whatever. Yeah, life straws, because you can drink a lot of water through one of those things, and they're just good to have hiking or in the car for road trips, that kind of thing. Take them with you to the lake.
Bombers a Libra. Gotcha.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. We Libras got to stick together. So, yeah. You just, buy the extra coffee now while it's on sale and it's still in stock. And chocolate. So, but when it comes to being a witch, make sure you've got extra notebooks for journaling. Pencils, pens, crayons, markers, whatever it is you might need to write with because you don't want to do it in blood.
Ain't that kind of party.
Nope. At least it shouldn't be. But yeah, whatever.
I'm so sorry you bought a Berkey. Sorry.
Some people like Berkeys.
Yeah, some people like Berkeys.
To each their own. Just regardless of your water filtration system, odds are pretty good. They don't really take out fluoride. Just
There aren't many things that take out fluoride, and aluminum is one of those things. So think about that.
Yeah, but those things are made out of stainless steel.
But not the filters.
Depending on which filter it is. So, let's see. Yeah, exactly. Naysay says
And
if,
Alexapure, yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. Lucky has an Alexapure.
are we surprised by this?
No.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Alexa Pure I think is better too. Nacy says if you're able to, every time you go to the store, find a can of something on sale, but make sure it is not damaged at all. And the expiration date is for the corporation. Cans last a long time if not damaged.
The only problem is they can start to taste like the can. The food can start to taste like the can.
Yeah.
That's the only problem I have with that.
So beware. Although, if it's tomatoes, for instance, if you fry canned tomatoes, it takes away that tin can flavor. So, yeah. Everybody wants a life straw. They're good, guys, and they're not that expensive. Yes.
I was just thinking we need new filters for our Alexapure.
We haven't used the.
But we still need new filters for the Alexapure.
Yeah, we also live in North Idaho with really awesome water.
Yeah, our water comes straight out of a creek.
So, yeah. Ooh, greenhouses are awesome. Garden seeds are awesome. Yeah.
Lucky says irony. I have an Alexapure, but I have well water.
No fluoride. Let's see. Greenhouses. Greenhouses are good. Ways to grow things. So fresh herbs, when you're doing rituals and spells, sometimes are better than the dried ones because the energy is not as potentially diluted. It's fresher, if you will. However, sometimes you do need those older, not necessarily older, but the dried herbs because the essence is a little bit more condensed, if you will. And for like a witch bottle, you don't necessarily want it to mold in there. So yeah, you want the good stuff. So, anyways,
My NDA is expired.
Yeah, so's mine. So, and remember, survival is when it comes to the stuff that we got going on. And it's not just, surviving the power going out or something else. It's just making sure your family's taken care of. Not just when it comes to food, but also spiritually, emotionally. So, yeah, what is it that you are going to need to help support the spirits of your family? Do you need extra playing cards? Because cards do wear out these days. Games, that kind of thing. So, yeah, what happens if the power goes out? How are you going to entertain your 9-year-old? Seriously, this is a real question. Because
those bottles in general are pretty good.
yes, or a life straw and just a 20-ounce water bottle. Anyways, so there are quite a few different playing cards out there that are dual purpose. They talk about wildcrafted herbs or wildcrafting in general and different survival techniques that you might have or need. Those are good to have too. And it's not necessarily because the world's going to hell in a handbasket, but because those are just good skills that we're not teaching or learning these days. So, don't be afraid to just go outside and hike and learn your community and where you live because, one, you're getting outside, you're enjoying the out of doors, which is going to bring you a greater awareness and awakeness, spiritually and energetically. But you're going to, the opportunity and potential for wild crafting is huge. Because I personally love to make dream catchers from wild or from sticks and trees and that kind of thing. Pine rosin is something I like to collect and use. Cedar. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Okay. Let's see. Cedar, you can make your own smudge using cedar, or for incense, that type of thing. There's all sorts of crafts you can do with the kiddos. When you take them out and remember, look at the world through their eyes. They will teach you so much. Because they're, just trying to experience things for the first time and learn about things. So, collect rocks. To do things with paint rocks. I think it's awesome to just have those crafts that you can do with your kids. So yes. Yeah, Sonia, that is very true. I'm sorry. So no, that's not allowed. You cannot lose power. So there. Let's see. What else? Learn when it comes to puppets that Don was going to talk about after the break, and he totally forgot. Now he only has 4 minutes to do it.
Well, you mentioned something about self-care and rubbing your own feet and blah, 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 blah.
Mhm.
And at the beginning of the show, you said something about puppets and use them for intent and things like that. And we were talking about a story about Aleister Crowley. There was supposedly a box that came out of his house, and inside the box, it was supposedly a Dybbuk box, but it wasn't Dybbuk-y enough for me. I don't believe it's a Dybbuk box. I do believe it is a protection box, though. Inside the box was found a puppet,
Mm-hmm.
and a picture of something that was covered with wax. It was a drawing of a face, kind of like an oni, a Japanese demon.
Mm-hmm.
And it had wax dripped on it for binding, and it was in the box. There was something else in the box either too, but Brent postulated the idea that it's not so much a Dybbuk box, but it's a security box with the puppet of Aleister Crowley. So if people threw things at him, it diverted and went to the puppet.
Mm-hmm.
So with that idea in mind, why don't you make a puppet of yourself and then rub its back?
It's not the way it works.
Damn it.
Yeah, naysay. It's also called a voodoo doll. Voodoo doll are specific to the Vaudoon practice. Puppets are
General.
a general, yeah. And Crowley was kind of an odd duck.
Mr. Crowley.
Yeah, okay, so he's very much an odd duck. Yeah, but puppets are something that you could use like for protection. Sewing skills are important when it comes to making puppets.
Well, it's the idea also. It's kind of like the Dorian Gray idea that, Dorian Gray, the story of Dorian Gray, it was the picture that was cursed. He was cursed by the picture, and if he ever looked at the picture, if he looked at the portrait of himself,
Mm-hmm.
he would instantly, gain all those years. The picture would age instead of him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of the same. I'm saying the Crowley box may have been the same idea. That So anyhow.
No, okay. So yeah, I hadn't heard that one. So, but yeah, the sewing skills, the craft skills that we do as as witches or pagans, those are all skills that translate into other things. So,
Right.
When I'm making the dream catchers, there's knot tying and weaving and all that stuff. Yeah, that's something that I could use to do other things.
I wasn't saying, that's not what I meant, Lucky. God. No, she was talking about rubbing her feet. God. Jesus.
I don't like feet, so that's okay. If you get a foot rub from me, I really like you. I don't like feet, so yeah, a lot of the
I put up with so much crap.
You guys are such dorks. It's really hard for me to stay on track most of the time anyways because I'm a little ADD, but man, sometimes I look at the chat room and there's a lot of squirrels running around in the chat room. Picking up the sparklies. Yeah, the mundane material for magical purposes, absolutely Nightshade. There's a lot of it out there. And we should use more of the mundane for magical purposes. Because, yeah, I mean, before it became a magical thing, it was mundane and magical. They should absolutely cross purpose. So we're off to our last break. We'll be right back. Making
I, your orbit in the sun, as we will, so mote it be, the spell forever done.
Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath thy soul in flight, songs of love and love of life, guide us to our heart. Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath the soul in flight, songs of love and love of life, guide us to our heart. Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath thy soul in flight, songs of love and love of life, guide us to our heart. Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath the soul in flight, songs of love and love of life, guide us to our heart. Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath thy soul in flight, songs of love and love of life, guide us to our heart. Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath the soul in flight, songs of love and love of life, guide us to our heart. Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath thy soul in flight, songs of love and love of life, guide.
Sisters of the shining moon, heaven, earth, and sea, I call upon you in this hour, bring magic unto me. Brothers, oh, the cauldron cries, it singeth unto me the songs of Mother Goddess and of Father in the tree.
Hello, my lovelies. This is Paisley Wild, and we're off adventuring into the spaces between. And yes, Lucid, that is a boxer. Her name is Kimber. She is 2, and just like most boxers, she is a bit of a derp.
Look at the camera.
She wants to sit in your lap.
Yes, she does. What do you want? What do you want?
Oh, happy anniversary, Justin. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend.
I can't believe how they've been together for like, how long are you guys, like 25 years? Something like that? You're crazy. Crazy in love. That's, well, congratulations. Yeah, definitely. Hope you guys down, did you guys go south for the weekend? Is that what it was? I can't remember. Anyhow, okay, you can get down now too. Thank you.
And so, yeah, that one was Basil that was just on Dawn's lap. So, yeah, Basil's he's a beagle boxer and kind of another derp dog.
He's a boggle.
Yeah, then definitely a derp dog. So,
Yes, I remember you have a boxer named Bill.
a boxer named Bill. That's kind of funny.
Bill, yeah.
Bill the boxer. So it's one of the things that I talk about periodically is that curses and blessings are basically the same thing.
It's all a matter of intent.
Intent, absolutely. Yes, 100%. So I'm not the only one who believes this.
No.
But yeah. So hexing, just so you guys know, is generally considered a binding or banishing, cursing, that kind of thing. And healing is generally physical, emotional, spiritual, or relational, that kind of thing. And when you talk about hexing or healing, pagans, witches, Wiccans, everybody, starts weighing in and has an opinion and such. So the question raised was, is it okay for a witch to hex others? Is that something that should be done? Well, and the reason why is because someone had said, you know what, hexing can be a form of protection or a way to seek justice, and it's not just a way of harming others. And because healing is not always the right answer in a situation. And healing and hexing are not mutually exclusive. And for me, I think my opinion, and it is just my opinion, is that magic is magic. It's not black, it's not white, it's just gray, because it's the same coin, black magic, gray magic, white magic, it's all the same thing. Hexing and cursing and all that, and healing and blessing, it's the same coin. It's just two different sides. And so it's the perspective of the practitioner that influences whether it's good or bad or negative or positive. And it's the intention and the reasoning behind it. And what the target is. So apparently, this particular article came about because someone was posting about Trump and witches and curses and all that stuff. And so, yeah, whatever. So basically, the statement is, a witch who cannot hex cannot heal either, because they are really truly the same thing. Because people assume that baneful magic is just bad stuff all the time. because it's hexing and negative. But baneful magic can be, you can curse someone with health. You- or with joy. I mean, it's. I guess for me, it's baneful magic is just magic with a more of a negative intent. Because and yeah, Lucky says, be careful because blessing a person without their want of what you are intending is a curse. Yeah. It's like saying, hey, you hungry homeless person on the street, here's $20. Go buy yourself some new clothes because you need new clothes. And the homeless person on the street might be thinking, $20, I can eat for a month on $20. And because they need food is more important to them than a new pair of jeans. So, the recipient, must really need the magic or request almost the magic that you're, sending to them. So you need to be aware of what it is and what you're sending, and what in the intention. So yeah, your intent must match the person or the recipient's need or want, and it's kind of like trying to think of the right analogy here to break it down into simplified stuff, but I'm tired and my hot cocoa ran out. Yeah, the need and want and what you're doing has to match. It just has to match, and if it doesn't, then you're not really blessing. You're more cursing. Or, yes.
Well, that's like I had a boss, and she'd come into the hotel, and she'd see one of my front desk people, and she'll want to take her outside and pray with her.
Oh, heavens to Betsy!
So, Dawn, I'm going to take so and so outside, and I'm going to pray with her. You want to watch the desk? Sure. So they go outside and they pray for like 10 minutes. My front desk person comes back and goes, I really hate it when she does that. I said, so tell her. She's the boss. Do you want me to tell her? No. Well, then what can I do for you? I said, I will tell her that it's not okay. I ended up telling her it's not okay. She doesn't like me. Too bad. It's the same
boss
thing.
or the employee?
The boss.
Okay.
Because you know the employee. She's the one that drove you around the other day. Anyhow, so that's kind of the same thing as, you can pray for somebody all you want. If they don't want it, it's not worth it. You're wasting your energy. It's unwanted, period.
Mm-hmm.
So there.
Yeah, Lucky's right. It's against some labor laws. Yes.
Yeah, and I told her that too.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't like hearing that, especially when she was part owner.
Right. Yeah. Don't mix religion with work. Yeah, it's really not something. What? Yeah. Yeah. Bless your heart. Oh, bless your heart, Karen. Yeah. So yeah, the boss was kind of one of those plastic Christians, Lois. So there's, and that's something we need to be aware of. When we are wishing someone love and light, if you will, or now I will pray for you, or hey, can you pray for me? Okay. Sorry, so many thoughts in my brain all at once. You see all these social media posts. Hey, so-and-so is sick and they, can you send prayers my way? It's like, well, sure. I'll send love to you. I'll send healing to you. I'm more likely to send healing to you or understanding or a way to see the path that you need to take, because I wouldn't want to just ask a bunch of random people, hey, can you pray for me? Because, man, I don't want the prayers or the blessings of somebody that I don't necessarily believe in, or that connection to something that I might not believe in, if that makes any sense. Does that make sense to you, Don?
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
mm-hmm.
So,
Sorry.
I don't know if you're tired and you giggled, or I am just not paying
Bummer
attention.
said something that kind of hit home.
Okay. Okay then. So yeah, you got to be aware of what kind of energy you're asking for and what kind of energy you're sending out. And so when someone says, "Hey, I want to pray for you," it's like, generally speaking, I'm like, "Oh, thanks," and I try to take it or accept the intent or the energy behind it, the thought behind it. It's like, sure, okay, that's great. But I worked with this gal several years ago. She was not Christian. She was some weird cult based out of Minnesota. They have a pyramid in Minnesota. Oh, if I can find it real quick. And she had a picture of the founder on her desk all the time. Naysay might actually know. Maybe. What?
Don't do it.
Okay. Oh, it's not religion. It's more of a cult. Odd cult. And anyways, so she would do these weird little chant things, and it was weird. It was weird. Yeah, it was weird. And he was always saying, "Hey, we're going to do this, or I'm going to do this for you, or pray for you," and yeah, it was just, I don't know, she was just weird. But it was, on the one hand, she really meant well, and I wanted to accept that, oh, hey, she meant well, and that kind of a thought process. But man, some of those cults out there are bizarre. And we don't necessarily need those weird energies focused at us. So be careful of who you're asking for. And no, this is totally like a glass modern construction faux pyramid. Yeah.
Paul Twitchell, 1965. Spiritual home is the Temple of Ek.
Ek. Is that what it is?
Eckankar.
Yeah, Ek Inc. R. That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see if I can pull a picture of it. Images.
Yeah, it was just... Oh, look at that. Ek Inc. R. Cult. Yeah. It would... Oh, yeah, it's a little fake step pyramid built.
A Masaba.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, which is another thing I wanted to talk to Scotty about last night. Dang it.
Okay. So, Bomber, it was a gal that I worked with, and she was... Yeah, she was, I don't know. She meant well, but from what I understand, she had indulged in too many substances for most of her life, and so the elevator did not have a direct route to the upstairs. She's a few shorts of her picnic basket there, boo-boo.
She got off on the 13th and 1/2 floor.
I don't think she even made it to the 13th. So, yeah, exactly, Marie. Put the protective shield around you. So when someone wants to pray for you, yep, put up the protective shield. And because you want the intention, sure, they want to help you, but or in the love and the affection they're trying to give you, yes, absolutely do that. But sometimes the deities that they are invoking are not the deities that you want invested in your life, your world. So yeah, do the cord cutting to get rid of the cult, guys. So yeah, hedged, grounded, shield, cut the cord, and let your spirit fly free. So it just remember that some of these people are coming from a place of true desire to help you and do things that are going to benefit you. But remember, they're trying to do it through their lens.
The road to hell is paved with good intention.
Yeah, you betcha. Not necessarily the fun hell with HEL. So yeah. Yeah. Be careful who's going to pray over you. Before you give permission, know where it's coming from, where that energy is coming from. Because the deities that person might be working with may not be the same ones that you work with.
Mm-hmm.
And may be actually counterproductive to
your intention, period.
Well, to the deities that you work with and what you've got going on. So, but yeah, absolutely, they can wish good things for you. Yes, Chris, they can.
Because that leaves interpretation.
Yeah, I wish good things for all my people that I know and interact with, and yep. But I'm not going to ask my deities or my spirit guides to step in and rub Don's feet. It's just not going to happen. But it's what is it that they're going to get out of it if just be aware of where that energy is coming from. So most prayer is good, and honestly, prayers are many rituals, and often there's spell work involved. So regardless of what deity they're praying to, so yeah, so deep cleansing breath. They mean well, and that's what I accept is they mean well, generally. The ones that don't, you can tell. They come across as the plastic, fakey Christians.
Train strippers. That was funny.
Are they like praying mantises with little bitty feet?
Anyhow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sonia says she'll rub your feet.
Well, as long as it's with your hands and not like fire.
So, yeah, there's just so much weirdness out in the world today. Protect yourselves, guys. Carry the tourmaline. Cleanse yourself.
Which reminds me, mine's still broke.
It just needs a new cord.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Absolutely, Sonia. Come for a visit. It'll be fun. I have a generator. So you don't have to worry about little guy in case the power goes out. So, I just see Chris saying, hey, he'll rub feet. I have issues with feet. I admit it's not a phobia. It is just one of those things. I just don't like feet. So, and maybe it's the toes. Anyways, I swear the last 15 minutes when my brain starts shutting down,
it's always lost.
I just the squirrels come out and they're playing with the sparkly stuff.
Anyhow,
people are just talking about feet. So, Um, Cleansing. Remember, basic cleansing. Just wash your hands. Set your intention. Wash your hands. Basic cleansing 101. Because sometimes we just need that real basic cleansing to get rid of the stuff in the moment before we can go home and do the bigger cleanse or have the ritual or the ceremony to cleanse ourselves or our space or our house or whatever. If you do sage your house, make sure that you vacuum and sweep up the dust and go ahead and take it on out to the garbage. Don't leave it in the house because all that negative energy will come right back out. So a little bit of housekeeping goes a long way, guys. Let's see. I totally read that wrong, Lewis. So, yeah. COVID foot 2020. My brain's shutting down.
Well,
The hot cocoa is totally worn away.
Just go over what you talked about today. What was the first story? What was the first thing you talked about?
Stay positive. Keep up your self-esteem. We've got so much stuff going on in our world today. And whether or not it's more stuff than we've ever had to deal with or less stuff, it doesn't really matter. We just got stuff. Everybody's dealing with stuff. Keep up your self-esteem. And it's not just, the positive affirmations, but also, carry the crystals and stones in your pocket to help ground yourself and help you get through the day. Do the sachets and the herbs to keep you going. Naysay. Naysay's saving me. Maybe. Naysay's been holding for a while. All right, hold on. Hey, Naysay, you're on the air. I'm sorry, man. You've got like 4 minutes.
I actually forgot I was holding because I was messing around in the chat so much. But anyway, it is the new moon. It's the opportunity to synchronize with the cycles and create your own cycles. I would humbly suggest look up sigils and create your own sigil.
Yes.
And that's a really good way to focus and manipulate the fields. The other thing with the new moon and your intentions, as we were talking before about the full moon and using that to make full moon water. The same can go with the new moon water. And I was going to share real quick, when I moved to the area I live in, the Red River Valley, and I lived in a little town of Moorhead. Across the river is Fargo, North Dakota. Mm-hmm. I went to a co-op, and a gentleman came up to me and said, "May I ask what happened to you? Because I'm in a wheelchair and whatnot." And he said, "Oh, that's really sad. Would you mind if I prayed for you?" And I said, "No, not at all. Anytime someone wants a direct positive energy towards me, I'm all okay with it." Unfortunately, I wasn't really prepared for him to all of a sudden get down on his knees.
Oh, yeah.
In front of me in his store and start calling upon his Lord. And I'm cool with whatever you believe and stuff, but it was a little bit too much, and I felt a little weird because, I just presented him with a smile, and I took it because his intentions, I felt at the moment, were honorable. And so I don't have a challenge with that. But as you stated, ward yourself, protect yourself, create your own little talismans of energy and power that you can focus on, mm-hmm. and utilize that synchronizing with the new moon and the full moon to charge up. And thank you for the opportunity. Toodles.
Thanks, Nancy. Naysay to the rescue. Thank you. So, set your intentions for the coming month. And, we're rapidly approaching the calendar new year in just like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Yeah.
It'll be 2021 and like,
I'll be 50 or 51.
Yeah, sure. Okay. And, So yeah, what are your intentions for the new year? The calendar year, because might as well get them sorted out now so we can implement them when the ball drops. Yes, Lucid, you're absolutely right. Um, no worries. Thanks, Naysay. So yeah, set your intentions. Pay attention to what's your self-esteem, and Lucky, you're right. She wants to know what the user terms are for 2021. Are there no takebacks? Can I get a return on this? So,
What does my apocalypse uniform look like?
right? Can I get that in green?
I'd like that beyond Thunderdome, please.
Can I get the big hair?
Can I get that like Tina Turner?
So, have a fantastic week, you guys. We'll see you next week. Merry meet and merry part and merry meet again. And I hope you guys have a great week.
Good night.
Oh Lord, within the sun, as we will, so mote it be, the spell forever done.